In the tribe, any female with a beauty score above 40 will be assigned 5 handsome beast husbands, but the girl's score is a full 100. To escape the fate of a high-tier marriage, she sneaks into the forest every night to dig 5 pounds of black mud and applies ugly makeup on herself, all because the girl transmigrated and became a stray female in the beast world continent. Here, only ugly women won't be carried home by those lustful males to breed offspring. Today, however, the leaders suddenly announced that Kia Shaoji will assign all the single warriors in the tribe to the unpaired females tonight. The Leopard tribe's own females can freely choose their mates, and even if they don't marry, they'll still receive the tribe's protection. But stray females like Miranda, or those captured by the violent tribes, aren't allowed such luxuries. This is the main reason she's been deliberately making herself ugly. If she didn't disguise her looks, she'd probably have a bunch of offspring by now. Just thinking about Kia Shaoji tonight gives Miranda a headache. Suddenly, a figure flashes in her mind. A handsome, silver-haired youth. The tribe's strongest warrior, Silas, though he's a renowned hunting expert in the region. He's also outcast in the tribe because he's a disabled beastman, unable to shift between beast and human forms, and retains some beastly traits. Everyone says he can't reproduce and is incapable of sexual relations. Miranda thought of this and burst into laughter. Isn't he the perfect candidate for a beastly husband? If tonight at the Autumn Tide Festival gathering, she reveals her true self and actively chooses Silas, who is disliked by all the females, she's sure to succeed. This way, she can escape the fate of being a teacher's pet. With the plan settled, Miranda ducked into the hut to tidy herself up. She used the clear water from the stone basin to slowly wash away the dried black mud on her face. Soon, her snow-white skin was revealed. Then she put on a hat woven from vines. This way, she could slightly cover her face and avoid being easily recognized. Just then, she heard footsteps outside the door. At that moment, Luna, dressed in something cool and sexy, stood in front of the house. Looking at Miranda's outfit, she seemed even more confident. There's no blinding sun at night. Miranda, this hat makes you look even uglier. You should just take it off, Luna said while trying to remove her hat. She genuinely meant well. Someone as ugly and lazy as Miranda, who refuses to tidy up, might only get picked by old or weak males tonight and live a miserable life. No need, the wind and sand are strong at night. It hurts my eyes. Miranda casually dodged her hand with an excuse. She didn't want anyone to see her face before meeting Silas. The location of the festival party was at the ceremonial square in the center of the tribe. Previously, as an outsider female, Miranda was not qualified to stand here. But now she stood alongside over a dozen females, while a crowd of beastmen watched from below, with the scrutinizing gaze of selecting goods sweeping over them repeatedly. It felt extremely unpleasant, yet Luna puffed out her chest with confidence. Later, many males will probably want to choose me as a mate. Miranda, help me pick later too. I want the strongest warrior. Luna imagined finally no longer having to eat animal organs and living a good life. Her yellowed teeth practically gleamed. Miranda only responded softly, wondering why the hunting party hadn't returned yet. Could something have happened? Silas better be okay. Otherwise, where would she find black mud to cover her face now? Besides, even if she could still disguise her ugliness, she didn't want to lose her virginity tonight. The beast god has blessed us. The hunting party actually caught a razor beast. A young beastman sprinted excitedly from the direction of the tribe's gate. In an instant, the crowd erupted in cheers, dancing wildly around the bonfire. Miranda grew curious. What exactly is a razor beast? Till she saw a tall, slender youth approaching from afar, dragging an enormous, unknown creature behind him. Only when he got closer did Miranda see his frost-cold face and the wounded Truden he was hauling. I never thought dinosaurs still existed in this world. Silas's cold pupils quickly swept over the crowd, finally landing on the team leader, Fishbone. The white-furred beast hidden beneath his silver short hair stood tall. I hunted the blade beast alone. By the rules, the tribe can't distribute it. I'm leaving first. His words stirred up a storm. Silas, what do you mean? Blade beast is the most delicious food. Even I didn't get a share. You want to hog it all for yourself? This is too much. The helpless daughter, Scarlet, was the first to jump out. Voicing her displeasure, she roared. Usually, no matter what the hunting team brought back, she could get a portion. She hadn't tasted delicious blade beast meat in years. She had even jumped up in excitement earlier. Now, you say there's no share? That won't do. Exactly. Silas, you don't even have a mate. What does a disabled beastman need so much food for? Letting it rot? The chief's daughter, Luta, chimed in. You're just a disabled beast. Can't even sire cubs. No female would want you. And you're learning to hoard food? What's the point? Silas is too selfish. The noble females of the tribe in the square joined in their dissatisfaction. Their eyes filled with greed for the blade beast. All kinds of taunts reached Silas's ears. His ice blue round pupils gradually turned into slits, a sign of a beastman's rage. Silas, you are the warrior raised by the tribe with an abundance of food. To give back to the tribe, I'll share some of the blade beast with everyone, old and helpless. Cyber approached Silas with a comforting expression, but his words carried the implication of repaying a favor. Miranda had already learned earlier that the prey caught by the hunting team would be distributed, with a quarter going to the tribe's leaders, and the rest divided equally based on contribution. Silas, being strong in combat, could hunt alone, yet he still received the same share as everyone else, which was already a raw deal for him. I contributed to the other beast meat here too. I can forego all of it, as long as I get the blade beast. Silas's voice grew even colder, but it was still a major concession. Housepiller glanced at the dozen or so prey being carried into the tribe. His eyes showed obvious hesitation. Just as he was about to nod, Scarlet suddenly shouted, Dad, this disabled beast can't possibly finish all this meat alone. A disabled beastman like him, unwanted by any female. What use does he have for tender meat? Delicious blade beast meat should be shared with all the females in the tribe. The other females immediately found this reasonable. Eager for the meat, they joined in the clamor. Silas can't even shift into a combat form. He might die on the next hunt anyway. What's wrong with giving more meat back to the tribe? Exactly, he just got lucky. If I eat this meat while carrying my cub, I'll definitely give birth to a strong one. Can't he eat something else and leave this for us? Even if he has some hunting skills, he's still looked down upon. A selfish, disabled beastman like him will never be liked by any female. Harsh words poured from the crowd's mouths. The young man's blood-red ears drooped slightly. Was he sad because of the rejection? Miranda didn't think the big shot was disabled at all. With a face so peerlessly handsome and such formidable hunting abilities, Miranda had originally planned to meet him, find a chance to pull him aside alone, and coax him with gifts and sweet words. If that failed, she had shell coins to offer. Even paying him to let her stay a few days would work. But in this situation, Silas must be in a terrible mood. What if I go up and get pushed away? At that very moment, the young man smirked disdainfully. A faint trace of mockery curled at the corners of his thin lips. If all of you want to fight over this, razor beast, and ruin the hunting party's fairness, then I'll quit the hunting party. No, I won't allow it. The chief and the house leader exclaimed almost simultaneously. If Silas leaves the hunting party, the tribe's loss would be too great. Silas, the hunting party is absolutely fair. No one's trying to steal your prey. But you don't have a mate. You can't eat an entire razor beast alone. I can allocate you 50 scopes. Consider it sold to the tribe. How about it? Silas stared at the hypocritical chief, his ice blue eyes glinting with the cold, eerie moonlight. What does it matter if I don't have a mate? I hunted the razor beast alone. I won't agree to any other distribution method. Since the chief believes the hunting party should be fair, then I'll take my prey and leave. The crowd erupted in uproar. The females sneered, thinking Silas was ungrateful. Their mockery rang out again. The males felt Silas was challenging the chief's authority. Many warriors from the guard shifted into their beast forms, baring their fangs at him, as if they'd attack the moment he moved. Silas, brave warrior, can I be your mate? A voice, light and delicate like never before, spoke up. Miranda, wearing a hat, quickly darted out from the crowd. Before this, she had deliberately kept her voice low. But if I don't make a move now, once everyone's gone, what's the point of playing? I like you, Silas. The girl who trotted up to Silas mustered all her courage. She called out softly. Silas's cold expression didn't change, but the fluffy snow ears hidden in his hair twitched slightly. Miranda, have you lost your mind? Choosing Silas as your mate just to eat blade beast meat? Scarlet was the first to react. Her eyes filled with mockery. She looked at her, both annoyed and amused. Annoyed because if Silas took a mate, it'd be normal for him to stock up on meat to provide for her. They really wouldn't get a single bite of blade beast then. Amused because Miranda, just for meat, picked a disabled outcast beastman. It's not for the meat. I genuinely like Silas. He's beautiful. Miranda cursed Scarlet inwardly. If Scarlet made Silas misunderstand and reject her outright, what would she do then? Luna, who had followed closely behind, stared at Miranda in shock. Like the others, she disliked Silas. Miranda, he can't even sire offspring. He's a disabled beast who won't live long. Come back, let's choose another healthy male. Would any other male even want her, a filthy, stinking female? Looking at it this way, picking a crippled beast is a perfect match. Missing out on blade beast meat made Scarlet furious. She sneered bitterly. The other beastwomen chimed in agreement. Yes, Miranda is the dirtiest and ugliest female in the tribe. They're truly a perfect match. The topic of this gathering shifted from discussing the ownership of the blade beast to debating how filthy she is. Some even said she's like a wild boar, rolling around in dung pits. Miranda could ignore her pride before, but she couldn't embarrass herself in front of him now. She yanked off her hat and pulled out a bright red apple from her chest. I'm neither ugly nor smelly. This is my gift to you. Accept me. The square fell into brief silence, followed by the stunned gasps of the male beasts. By the beast god, is this the sea dragon goddess? She's so beautiful, I can't believe my eyes. There's actually such a stunning female in the world? Scarlet was completely shocked, staring straight at Miranda. You can't possibly be Miranda. Under the moonlight, her black hair cascaded down, each strand a pure, intense ink black. In the Beastman continent, at least within the bounds of the never-setting forest, no one had such an extreme hair color. The girl was like a radiant pearl, her delicate and refined features, and flawless, fair profile, enough to be lethally alluring to any man. But the praises brought Miranda no joy, because the big shot right in front of her furrowed his cold brows. Miranda's heart trembled in fear. Silas pondered how to reject the girl before him. No matter the reason, a woman like her isn't meant for him. He doesn't need females either. Silas pursed his lips, took the red fruit from her hand. In the next second, he drew the 10 knives at his waist. With a swift slash, he severed the hind leg of the blade beast. As an exchange, you didn't have to go this far. Whether it was real or not, this female named Miranda didn't disgust him. Miranda sensed a slight warmth in his words, but more than that, it was a detached calm. As an exchange, it carried more of a rejection toward Miranda. A group of single males, after being stunned by Miranda's beauty, suddenly felt their hearts bloom with joy. This is our chance has come. Meanwhile, Miranda was utterly speechless. Seriously, did he really think she just wanted the meat? Rejecting her at this critical moment, she really would lose it. She doesn't want to be dragged into a dark room. She didn't want to serve those vigorous males. Miranda ignored the surrounding gazes. She rushed forward and hugged the youth's lean waist. In a pitiful voice, she whispered softly, "I don't want beast meat. I just like you. Will you be my mate?" Everyone, male or female, was stunned on the spot. Such a beauty. Throwing herself at a disabled beast despised by everyone. It was truly unbelievable. If Silas won't have you, then choose me. A leopard that had just shifted into beast form turned human again, frantically flaunting his impressive physique. "If you don't pick me." Countless single beastmen rose to the challenge, unwilling to be outdone. The scene instantly became an eyesore. At this moment, Miranda had no time to pay attention to them. She crashed into the boy's arms like a little kitten. She prayed silently in her heart. Pray that the young man don't push her away. In the next second, Miranda suddenly felt weightless. Silas lifted her up with just one arm. Then he calmly picked up the blade beast and its severed leg from the ground. His sharp gaze swept over the crowd. The icy tone echoed throughout the venue. "From now on, Miranda will be my female partner." A single sentence directly declared Miranda's ownership. Foreign females, without a male's choice, truly have no right to choose. But if it's a mutual selection, no one can interfere. This is the tribe's rule. Even the chief cannot forcibly separate partners, so a group of beastmen could only glare fiercely at their retreating figures. Sitting on Silas's arm, Miranda felt unusually conflicted. On one hand, she would soon have a real place to live. On the other hand, she was somewhat afraid Silas's strength was truly overwhelming. Was he really incapable? Would tonight be safe or not? But Miranda was also prepared for the worst. Even if it really came to that, it would still be better than being with those weak and disabled. With mixed emotions, they soon arrived at Silas's dwelling. He placed Miranda at the entrance and went about handling the blade beast on his own. Miranda stood to the side, too afraid to speak. The silence lasted for 10 minutes. Silas was the first to break it. "You're afraid of other males, but I can't protect you. So, are you trying to escape from the brutal tribe? But you're too weak. Running away would mean death." Miranda was taken aback. He had guessed it. He seemed smarter than other beastmen. Silas didn't believe Miranda truly liked him. But she probably meant him no harm. No female could suppress malice enough to embrace a disabled beast, right? He didn't know why he was helping her either. Maybe it was because her eyes were pretty. Or because she was the first to hug him. He didn't want a troublesome female. A weak female would only be a burden to him. Miranda hung her head low. Of course, she wanted to escape. But a frail female like her, who couldn't even harm a fly, might just get captured by other males again if she went out. Or encounter a powerful beast and get torn to pieces. "Can you protect me? I can help you with work. My life is short, I'll die." Disabled beastmen don't live past 20 winters. He has lived through 19 winters already. Silas's tone was flat. But Miranda still caught a glimpse of desolation in his eyes. She didn't understand where exactly his disability came from. Too bad she didn't have a medical system. But no matter what, she was safe for now. Silas seemed like a decent person. He didn't seem intent on forcing her. "Can I walk around here then?" Perhaps because the girl in front of him smiled with genuine warmth. Silas nodded. Then he picked up a large wooden basin, ready to wash the dinosaur meat by the river. Miranda glanced at the house Silas had built with sand, stone, and clay. The stone walls were pale green, likely coated with some kind of insect-repelling plant liquid. The roof structure, however, wasn't perfect. Beastfolk didn't understand architectural framing, only knowing how to crudely secure long logs with vines, then cover them with clay and thatch. A strong wind could probably blow the roof right off. Leaks were also common. Miranda thought to herself, if I end up living here long term, I'll have to properly rebuild Silas's house. Behind the house, there were large, flat plots of land all around. Nothing was planted there, but the weeds had been thoroughly pulled by Silas. She stole a glance toward the riverbank in the distance, where Silas was washing the beast meat, then pulled out a land blueprint and laid it on the ground. Generate one random plot of land, 4 meters by 40 meters. Miranda clicked confirm. Successfully generated black soil randomly. The next second, the ground began to change. 160 square meters of black soil appeared before her eyes. Congratulations on obtaining the black soil. Plant growth rate increased by 50%. Currently, unlocked catalog allows planting crops: wheat, soybeans, corn. Miranda, screw it, just planted everything without a second thought. The system shows that only regular watering is needed. Harvest is expected in 28 days. There's still over a month before winter arrives. With these food supplies, winter will definitely be more manageable. After dealing with the blade beast, Ling set up a fire. Looking at the sleeping little female in the house, he felt like he was no longer alone. He is a disabled beastman. To survive, he needs to replenish more nutrients. Last winter, he discovered blade beast meat contains a special energy. This energy allows him to move faster during hunts. His arms grew even stronger. He even felt that as long as he kept eating blade beast meat, he could live past 20 winters or even longer. For a moment today, he almost gave up. Just when the group leader was about to break fairness, and everyone despised him, this little female appeared. Watching her deep in sleep, drool still trickling from the corner of her mouth, he wondered what sweet dream she was having. A night passed, and early the next morning, the tribe was filled with all kinds of noisy sounds. With the hunting parties returned, and this time they had a decent haul. Many beastmen gathered to sort through the spoils. As for Miranda, she had just woken up when she spotted cooked meat wrapped in leaves on the ground. It was left for her by Silas. Though cold, it still smelled delicious. Thinking about how Silas had bled a lot from his hunting injuries yesterday, she figured she could head to the market later to buy him some iron-rich food. Miranda searched for Silas while mulling this over. He hadn't gone out, but was instead chopping trees in the woods to the right of the house. So Miranda sat at the courtyard entrance, nibbling on the beast meat in small bites, when she saw Silas carrying a long log and walking toward home. She flashed him a bright smile and went to greet him. "Good morning, Silas. Thank you for the food." His fluffy beast ears, peeking through his silver hair, twitched slightly. She ate the food he gave her. Will thank him with a smile. The people of his clan would never thank him. When the weak ORCs from other clans thanked him, they would also cast fearful glances, as if afraid he would spread the curse of disability to them. "Can we go to the market later?" Miranda, noticing his mood seemed decent, tilted her head and asked casually. Yet that very question made Silas freeze abruptly, his entire being tensing, the air around him turning icy. Miranda's heart clenched. She had upset him. "Sorry, I didn't mean to provoke you. I just said it without thinking. Please don't be angry." Silas watched her emerald eyes shimmer with faint fear, his brow furrowing slightly. "Fine, do you have something to buy? I'll take you shopping." "You don't want to go." "We won't go." Miranda's tone was sincere. She doesn't have anything specific she wants to buy. Just wanted to buy some effigies to make meat soup. Replenish Silas energy and blood. Since the boss doesn't want to go to the market, take advantage of the early morning when there are fewer people. She wants to go back to Theshard House wants to get her bag. "I'll go to Theshard House first. Bring your own stuff over." Miranda squatted down next to Silas. The words had barely left his mouth. Suddenly, warm profile with the scent of youth unexpectedly brushed past her forehead. Silas didn't know why he suddenly turned his face away. Leaning in, my face was almost touching hers. Miranda's face turned bright red. The romantic development is way too fast, isn't it? Not even holding hands yet and already about to be kissed. That's a bit hard to take. But for the sake of good looks, it's not impossible. The big crimson cat ears appear pink under the light's glow. So fluffy and cute, it's illegal. Must be easy to get in. At this moment, Miranda completely bewildered. All sorts of random thoughts. But Silas only nuzzled her neck with his chin. And the side profile. Then he stepped back. You need a bit of my aura. Waiting for you to come back. I'll take you to the market. Silas resumed his indifferent demeanor. Keep focusing on handling the wood in hand. Thank you, Silas. I went. Miranda walked briskly toward the direction of the shared house. This is like territorial sovereignty. Silas thoughtfully tagged her. If you're in danger, you can call my name. His voice wasn't loud, but it gave Miranda a solid sense of security, possessing strong masculinity. So happy. I hadn't gone far when a rough voice interrupted Miranda's brisk steps. You are Miranda. You definitely didn't do anything with that beast last night, right? Blocking the way is hunting teams Aaron. Two burly men followed endlessly behind him. Miranda frowned. None of your business. I'm already his female partner. The azure-brown gaze lingered on Miranda's face. My heart itched like a cat's claws. But I did catch a whiff of Silas's scent on her. Miranda, if you become my woman, you don't have to wear clothes made of coarse vines. Can also wear a pearl necklace like Scarlet. I don't need any of what you're saying. Miranda didn't want to deal with them. So he quickened his pace and walked away. Watching Miranda's receding figure. Ma Hanlan, he snorted coldly, brothers, we'll kill that damn beast. He doesn't deserve a beautiful woman. The clan leader's son Ray chimed in from the side. We invited him to go hunting together tomorrow. Find a chance to kill him. Just leave the tribe. No one will know it was us. Vesp, who had been silent all along, also spoke up. The remnant beast shave been dealt with. Let's fight. Whoever wins gets Miranda and the right to breed with her. The two of them nodded in agreement upon hearing his proposal. Miranda actually didn't go very far. He's hiding in Thebishes right now, eavesdropping on their conversation. I knew these people showing up at the door couldn't mean anything good. She needs to find a chance to tell Silas. Blame her if you must. It brought trouble to him. Being envied by others is truly terrifying. Arrived at the shared house. Miranda was being stared at by the females with strange looks. Miranda didn't care at all about this. Some females still carrying the malahusband chosen last night. Coming back to get my stuff. Luna's male gaze also lingered on Miranda. And beside her, Luna. In a panic, she took the clothes Miranda had lent her before. Threw it over in one go. Here you go, Miranda. You're crazy, and you didn't even tell me. You're too vicious. Miranda stepped straight over the clothes on the floor. With a look of disgust, she glanced at the filthy Luna. Look at yourself. Now, exposing yourself in front of so many males. Think carefully. Who the hell looks like they've lost their mind? Hearing this, Luna accordingly covered her face in embarrassment, nervously looking at the Maliking who chose her last night. And Kingnu's gaze was utterly sinister. No one wants to lose hat belongs to them. Being watched by others. Suddenly, from a distance, Scarlet's through cold shout suddenly rang out. You guys catch her for me right now. Hit Scarlet for me. Another female told her. Miranda arrived at shared house. Immediately brought along a group of plump and well-fed women. He came over with a murderous look. Miranda couldn't figure out what deep-seated grudge she had against Scarlet. Is it because she owed Silas last night? She didn't get towed dinosaur meat. Just as Scarlet was about to pounce, Miranda dodged it with a quick turn. Scarlet ended up face planting hard. Scarlet angrily got up. Stop right there, you're in my expensive dress. I won't let you off the hook. But Miranda had our dearin' off without a trace. Last night, Miranda Liberty showed her face. This has upset many females, especially the two most eligible bachelors, Ray and Vesp. They not only rejected the advances off females from their own kind, and even said he must have the most beautiful female, Miranda. Miranda ran non-stop the whole way. From afar, I could see Silas waiting halfway. Silas, what are you doing here? Are you waiting for her? At this thought, Miranda immediately flashed a bright smile. Silas's ice blue, beastly keys narrowed slightly. He glanced at Thepinting Miranda. I heard the people in shared house arguing. But why don't you call me by my name? Miranda didn't expect this hearing to be so sharp. But these words are so heartwarming. He genuinely meanto protect her. It seems like I've caused you quite a bit of trouble. Miranda feels a bit guilty, nervously clutching the bag in her hands. This is only his first day being a female. That just caused trouble. Would he abandon her? What's going on? Silas frowned slightly. A voice that had always been cold and indifferent. Unexpectedly, there was a hint of gentleness. Scarlet said she's going to hit me when she saw me. When I was running away, she chased after me and accidentally tripped. Her skirt even got torn from the fall. Are you hurt? Silas looked her over from head to toe. He remembered she couldn't even move a wooden basin. Very easy to be bullied. Never mind. Later, we'll go to the marketto sell these blade beast teeth. It could sell quitty a few shell crystals. Just compensate her and be done with it. Silas turned around and replied indifferently. That counts as providing solution to the matter. Then he headed towards the house. Miranda, who was following behind him, heard the words that came after. I was speechless all of a sudden. This is the responsibility a husband from the ORC race should bear. The boss doesn't seem to give a damn about this matter at all. After returning home, Silas used a large animal hide. It's packed with a bunch of random stuff. Like going to sell tickets. The elder one then took out a small bag of sunflower seeds from his pocket, reached out to hand it to her. Holding. Miranda froze for a moment before taking the sunflower seeds. I didn't get what Silas meant at first. Are you so bored that you want me to put it in my bag? If you're hungry on the road, you can eat. Silas knows. Many females love to eat these dried fruits that get tastier the more you eat them. She would probably like it too. Miranda was deeply moved. Clearly, you haven't contributed anything at all. Why do you deserve to be treated like this? Silas, these dried fruits are quite valuable. I'll put it in my bag first. Let's just sell it later and get double the gold. I've never had a female. I didn't know how to store these small food items before. Later, when you go to the forest, I'll save it all up and bring it back for you. Silas gazed into the distance. The voice is clear and calm. The pace is neither too fast nor too slow. But the words spoken made Miranda's heart race uncontrollably. Miranda isn't stupid. The meaning behind his words was clearly, go ahead and eat. From now on, we won't run out of snacks. That's his kindness. This melon seed must be cracked. It's delicious even without stir-frying. When stepping out off the tribe's gate, Miranda, munching on sunflower seeds in her hand. Instantly, he became the center of attention wherever he went. A small bag of melon seeds in hand can buy a whole deer. Dried fruits have always been reserved for the high-ranking females of the tribe. Scarlet and the others might not even be willing to eat it. Miranda was cracking sunflower seeds. While thinking about it, find an opportunity. Translate the evil plan off those 3 male ORCs. Tell the heroic spirit. But it's not easy to bring it up. I'm also worried that he might leave her because of this. The midday sun is scorching. We should reach the seaside market in about an hour. Miranda's feet were sore and numb from wearing the rattan shoes. Silas, walking ahead, noticed she was walking slowly. He then took her to rest under the shade of a tree. Silas, there's no sun here. Do you want to take off your hat? It will be very cool. Silas stood by the tree. Stand tall with a straight back. It turns out she wasn't like other females. Hate his ears. But there was no response either. It made Miranda feel a bit awkward. After a while, Miranda still mustered up the courage. He mentioned whether 3 orcs came looking for you this morning. Let's go hunting together tomorrow. Don't agree with them. They are trying to harm you. Silas recalled the insulting and mocking words Saren and the others had said to him in the morning. Gave a soft hum in response. Consider it a response, Miranda muttered to herself in her heart. That's it? But still, keep sincerely apologizing. It's all my fault, Silas. I've caused you so much trouble. But I really need your protection. I will also do my best to do what I can in the future. Silas turned around. Then he let out another hum. Straight up shut Miranda down. Actually, Silas don't understand why Miranda would. Afraid of the Leopard tribe males. But Miranda is our erudite female, he acknowledges. Unless she takes the initiative to leave him. Otherwise, he wouldn't let anyone else have her. He didn't think this was trouble brought on by Miranda. This is what a man is naturally supposed to do. At this moment, a weary western caravan arrived, covered in dust from their journey. Caught her attention. There was a Heskypope in the caravan. So cute, it's unbearable. Silas could see thiefiness in her eyes. It's a shame he can't transform into his beast form. As for the little one, a dying ORC like him doesn't even deserve to dream about having offspring. So the beast ear hidden beneath his hat, feeling down and dragging along. At noon, the market was bustling with ORCs coming and going. Miranda's looks are absolutely top-notch beautiful, so most passing ORCs will take a few extra glances, occasionally whispering in hushed tones. But I don't dare to flirt or hit on anyone. Just because she had a strong Leopard clan aura, accompanied by a male whose face was unclear. The Leopard clan is to the east of Duskwood Forest, but one of the Poultry tribes. The tribe's level suppression here is absolute. But Miranda still walked cautiously, afraid of accidental libing into some big shot. Silas, who was walking ahead of him, suddenly stopped in his tracks, turned around and spoke with a cold voice. I'll hold you. Before Miranda could react, Silas walked up to him. Get down on your knees. He wrapped his strong arms around Miranda. All right, thank you. Silas is just like a 3-year-old being carried by an adult. What's the difference? But what's wrong with acting like a 3-year-old in front of the big shots? Silas thought she would refuse. Never expected this pretty and adorable little female. I really sat right on his arm, still grinning from ear to ear. The alluring feminiscent kept spreading. This made Silas's Adam's apple involuntarily bob up and down. The reason he wants to hug Miranda. I can no longer stand the audacity of some of the males around here. Looking Miranda up and down. No matter what. Miranda is now his woman. He would not allow other orcs to secretly covet. Silas hadn't gone far. The hat was accidentally knocked off by Miranda when she raised her hand. Hair coming down. So weak, the culprit is no remorse at all. Immersed in the touch of tiny hands. The smooth and silky tuck of silver hair. Everyone, look quickly. He is a disabled beast named Silas, who has no legs. My beast, God. Such a beautiful female is actually his partner. That voice is pretty loud. All eyes around turned to Silas. A jackal from Poultry tribe, chattering away with the companion next to them. I think this female is definitely forced. A female as good looking as her. It's definitely impossible to choose a disabled ORC. This remark drew agreement from several ORCs. Even a few male orcs from the Jackal clan, already blocking Silas's path. Disabled ORCs that cannot reproduce, doesn't deserve to have a beautiful woman. One after another, those self-righteous and mocking comments. Miranda's temper flared up instantly. She glared fiercely at the 3 wolves and snapped. What the hell are you looking at? What right do you have to say others are no good? Look at your own faces. How can you have the nerve to be so mean? Still talking about others being disabled and pitied. I see you guys aren't disabled. Not even my manly skills. The stunningly beautiful girl kept angrily scolding. The three wolves were scolded into a daze. Silas was also stunned by her. He didn't expect her to speak up for him. Still so angry? So he swept a cold gaze over the three wolves. The killing intent emerges. With Silas' skills, taking down these three wolves is a piece of cake. It's just like playing a game. ORCs are extremely sensitive to danger. This made the three wolves, who had just been harboring wicked thoughts. With a shrug of his neck, he backed away. Silas, don't worry about what others say. From now on, let's just live our own lives. While comforting him, she also pressed herself closer to him. I got it. Silas turned to the side. Her face lifted to meet their encouraging gaze. Of course, he understood what she meant. All these years he's been hanging on by a thread. That's exactly what he had in mind. He struggles to stay alive, trying not to care about others' malice and prejudice. She just said that from now on, it won't be him, but them. So he suddenly wanted to live much longer. Looking into each other's eyes, Miranda's heart started pounding wildly. Put me down first. I want to buy some vegetables to go home and make soup. The two of them had already arrived at the coastal market. The surrounding shouts and calls never stopped. After Miranda was let down, he started raiding the stalls. She first bought some seaweed, carrot pumpkin. Then I bought some seasonings like garlic, scallions, and ginger. Thin people didn't treat these as condiments, but treated as some ingredients, but not poisonous, food that can fill the stomach. Miranda wanted to pay double after shopping. But Silas pays very quickly. And it's not expensive either. It cost a total of 10 times the gold. I didn't have the heart to refuse at the time. Obediently followed to sell stuff. Silas sold a lot of Thesmal items he had hoarded. Scattered earnings added up to over 80 double coins. Then she followed Silas and bought 20 times the pale yellow sea salt in gold. But it hasn't been purified. There will be a bitter taste. Fortunately, the purification process isn't too difficult. You can look into it after going back. Right after, Silas took her with him. Arriving at a stall that looked very expensive at first glance, there are all kinds of beautiful conch pearl bracelets placed on top. And there are colorful coral string decorations. Silas's scrutinizing gaze swept over the stall. Pick up a soft white maxi dress. How much is this? 75 BJS. The stall owner was a proud, well-fed man. Straight to the point. Reasonable offer. Silas poured out all the shell coins from the leather pouch, spending money recklessly. Not a single bit of hesitation. Just bought it straight away. Miranda was speechless. This couldn't be something bought to compensate Scarlet, could it? It was already too late to stop it. The deal was done in the blink of an eye. Silas led the dejected Miranda, walking to an uninhabited patch of grass. Go change into it. Why isn't it compensation for Scarlet? Silas didn't know Wish would think that way. He had noticed long ago. The skin around the edges of Miranda's clothes was all red. Like being bitten by bugs. Her skin is very delicate. You should wear soft fabric. Miranda realized she was mistaken. For a moment, he just stared blankly at Silas. Silas saw her hesitate. Thought she was worried about how to handle offending Scarlet. Miranda, you're the only woman I acknowledge. I will protect you. Perhaps. Miranda looked at him with such an adorable, doe-eyed expression. Couldn't help but reach out and gently pat her head. A head pat from the big boss. This is just too much to handle. Thank you, you go ahead and turn around first. I'll change, but gentleness is a knife. The icy boss suddenly became gentle. It's really killing me. Logically speaking, Miranda is his female. He has the right to see her. However, when Silas saw her delicate, slightly flushed face, just turn around obediently. I'm good, thank you. Silas is dressed very comfortably. Let's go home. Silas glanced at their worn-out feet. Effortlessly picked her up again. Let her sit on his shoulders. All the way. Miranda repeatedly asked Silas to let her down for a rest. But they were ignored by the big shot. The setting sun's rays lazy and carefree. Miranda just wrapped her arms around the boss's neck like that. Fell asleep. Silas took Miranda along. Just entered the mountainous area when the savage tribe's territory. Looking far towards the entrance of the tribe. A group of ORCs gathered there. As if waiting for them to return. Silas, put that stupid bitch down right now. Let her return it to the tribe. Scarlet couldn't wait for Silas to walk in. From a distance, he arrogantly shouted. She couldn't wait. Wants to make Miranda, who caused her to trip and fall flat on her face this morning, pay for it. Beat the shit out of him. Silas held the Drowsione in his arms. Miranda strode toward the tribe's gate. The only response she got was a pierced knife-like glare filled with killing intent. But Scarlet wasn't afraid of Silas at all. He directly stretched out his arm to block the door. Don't leave Miranda behind. Don't even think about cutting me off. Scarlet was sent flying backward. The beast's eyes widened in shock. Silas is really trying to start a rebellion. How dare you kick a helpless daughter away like that? Oh my god. Miranda has infected Silas with her craziness. Silas is crazy. Quick, call female guards over. The surroundings woke Miranda up. No need to say it, she already understands the current situation. Scarlet, lying on the ground, was clutching her stomach in pain. Silas ignored the surrounding noises. He picked up Miranda and left. However, before taking even a few steps, Old Wuju rushed over with a pack of leopards. Silas, how dare you hit a woman? If you don't kneel down and apologize to her today, get ready to face the tribe's punishment. Silas looked coldly at the helpless old man before him. I'm just protecting my woman. I didn't do anything wrong. If Scarlet hurting me female is allowed, then it should be allowed Fom to attack Scarlet as well. Of course, I'm also willing to keep the challenge from his partner. Miranda looked at the Basisisi, unapproachable expression. This is way too badass. Will this just lead to a fight? This sentence left many families of other races in a daze. They were thinking about the times when Scarlet had bullied them. Why can't Thermales be like Silas? Stand up to protect your woman. His face stiffened at the criticism. Of course, he knows. No matter in any tribe, females should all be protected. Silas's keen silver-blue vertical pupils, scanning the surrounding leopards. So you're trying to challenge me? Silas' combat strength. All the males in the hunting party knew it very well. One-on-one. I'm afraid no one in the entire tribe is a match for him. The leopards hesitated and moved toward. Stepped back 2 steps. Seeing Envious afraid of Silas, Scarlet, sitting on the ground, grew impatient. Just for her own man. Fuming with rage, Mist Fox commanded. What are you staring at? And you, Thunder. Come at me together. Bite him, are you still my men or not? Wu Fox and Thunderbolt texting glances. Immediately switched to combat stance. The two of them closed in from both sides in a pincer movement. Looks like they're planning to gang up on the weaker one. Silas put Miranda down. Stay away from me. You must be careful. Miranda didn't directly look him in the eye. He lowered his head and said. At first, she only thought about surviving here. Finally found Silas. But this brought endless trouble to Silas. This made her feel guilty and uneasy. No one's in the way. Mist Fox and Thunderbolt attacked simultaneously from both front and rear, rushing at Silas. It was just in the blink of an eye. Everyone still couldn't make out their movements. There was a dull thud. Woohoo was punched in stomach by Silas. The suddenly shattered bones let out a sharp cracking sound. All that was seen was him lying on the ground, unable to move. The corners of his mouth were still stained red. Lei Ting was pinned down by Silas with a knee pressed against his neck. Silas was gripping his fragile throat, forcing him to let out continuous, painful whimpers. At this moment, Silas could take his life with just a little effort. The entire hunting team needs to work together. The blade beast that can only be hunted with skill, Silas alone can subdue him. The gap between their strength and Silas's is obvious. The old house pillar understands this. No one told Envious to launch an attack. But my own daughter is so utterly foolish. Silas, let go off thunderbolt quickly. A mighty roar filled the air. The person is the clan leader, Fishbone. Perhaps the clan leader's words had an effect. Silas silently relished the powerless thunder. He turned and walked straight toward Miranda. Watching him walk up to me, Miranda suppressed her fear and cautiously reached for his hand stained with red. Silas avoided her outstretched hand. He shook the red off his hand and glanced sideways at the team leader. The voice said coldly, "Unless you can find a stronger male to defeat me. Otherwise, he doesn't deserve to bully my partner." His words shut the team leader up right away. As it should be. Silas attacking a female is definitely against tribal rules, but the reason for it is to protect the female. This is the ORC law that transcends tribal rules. Scarlet got up from the ground, without caring about their severely injured partner on the ground. Because of Silas' pursuit, he yelled, "Even if I did bully her, then she must compensate for damaging my expensive clothes. You must kowtow and admit your mistake to me." Silas slightly frowned. Scarlet is changing the subject. He wouldn't let go of the clothes. Miranda glanced at herself. The long skirt was also splattered with red. "Your partner's blood got my clothes dirty too. You have to compensate me first. And he has to apologize to me. My clothes are much more expensive than yours." Just now many people didn't notice yet. All eyes are now on Miranda. The dress she's wearing is from Hermes. The market requires nearly 100 shell coins. They never expected it at all. This usually low-key disabled beastman. How can they be so rich? Richer than a helpless family. Scarlet's eyes burned with endless fury. A growl rumbled in his throat. "Lowly female. I am the noble future Reshaman of the tribe. If I say you have to accompany me, then you have to. I say kneel, you kneel. You must submit to me. Otherwise, I will banish you from the tribe." Silas's deep and profound gaze. He glared coldly at clan leader Yugu, as if reminding him of something important. You need to understand the value Silas can bring to the tribe. In addition to decent hunting skills, mainly because winter is coming. The flying fish of the Hakka Long River will undergo a great migration. Many tribes would go fishing. It is one of the staple foods for many ORCs during winter. The tribes fought over the best upstream locations. They often end up in a physical fight. And Silas is currently the strongest extant in the Leopard clan. If it weren't for the value. As a disabled ORC, he had long been exiled from the tribe. Miranda saw the boss's face filled with utter shock. Instantly knew for sure he wasn't scared of him at all. Take advantage of the situation to add fuel to the fire. The clan leader hasn't even said anything yet. Who says you get to call the shots? Don't tell me you still haven't become a priest. Even if you become a sorcerer, you don't have the right to banish anyone from the tribe either. At this point, he paused slightly, pointing at Scarlet and demanding an answer. Or is it? Do you think you have a suck rights in the tribe? That's right. Even if it's the clan leader. You must also respect me and my dad. Otherwise, my dad won't treat him. He's gonna die. And if you don't kneel and pay me compensation, you'll have to get lost. Scarlet subconsciously spoke out what was on her mind. To flaunt their own nobility, your own greatness. As soon as he finished speaking, the ORCs surrounding them immediately gave Scarlet a strange look. Black Panther Guyu listened to Scarlet's arrogant words, angry enough to make a Leopard stale stand up like an antenna. The witch doctor clangcowled heel beastmen. Therefore, they have priority access to all the tribe's resources. But a shaman is just a shaman. He, Black Panther Guyu, is the true king of the tribe. Scarlet still didn't realize what she had said. There was just a loud smack sound. A slap landed hard in Scarlet's face. Luda glared at Scarlet with a dark expression. My dad is the real clan leader. You've gone too far. At this moment, the friendship boat with me former bestie has completely capsized. Silas kept his eyes on Miranda. He felt that his woman was not only beautiful and very smart, he was unlike any orc he had ever seen. But such a female. Why are you afraid of other males but not him? At this moment, the clan leader Gu spoke up, suppressing his anger. Scarlet maliciously armed the female. Guard team, follow my orders. Catch him and lock him up in the sacrificial cave. Punishment for 3 days. Don't give any. Food will follow. He ignored the horrifiges of the old witch priest. He turned away coldly and left. The farce ended with Scarlet's complete defeat. Many females who had been beaten and scolded by Scarlet looked at Miranda. The look in their eyes carries a hint of admiration. Miranda has become the unattainably dream girl in the hearts of many men. Men just like unique women. After the two of them returned home, Silas went out with the stone axe to chop wood, as if trying to finish what was left undone in the morning. The boss remained silent as usual. It made her feel Accorda always ask him for help. About 10 minutes later, Miranda was the first to break the silence. Silas, I want to make a vegetable and meat soup. Where's the meat? What are you doing? You've been busy all day, aren't you tired? Otherwise, let's cook together. Miranda shamelessly fired off 3 questions in a row. And extend an invitation. Your bed still needs Marinating ropes for reinforcement. Silas put down Theeks in his hand. Looking at Miranda's delicate little face, Miranda didn't expect the big shot was actually making a bed for her. I was deeply touched by his quiet warmth. If you don't mind, I can squeeze in with you for now. No rush. He stayed up all night making a bed for her unnecessarily. It's fine even if I evado sleep on the floor. Upon hearing this, a trace of barely noticeable tension flashed in Silas's eyes. Do you want to mate with me? A faint blush appeared on Miranda's face. A pair of lively eyes gazed at him nervously and in panic. I didn't mean it that way. We just slept together, nothing more. No, I just think you're tired. You should get some proper rest. I can sleep on the floor too. The little girl is quite alluring when she blushes. Silas actually raised his hand to touch Miranda's flushed and burning cheeks. The soft sensation beneath his fingertips made him lose focus instantly. Miranda looked at him. Thin lips carried an indescribable sensuality. It makes one's heart flutter with a tingling sensation. Captivated by his bewitching and gentle demeanor. I can't move my body. Is the next step kissing already? Or not resist? Miranda couldn't help but swallow hard. Fine, I won't make you a new bed anymore. Cook first. Silas heard the sound of Miranda swallowing her saliva. Put down his hands, turned around, and walked toward the wooden hut with the air-dried meat. That's it. What the hell is this supposed to mean? Is it possible that the boss just wanted to touch my face for no particular reason? Miranda cast aside her scattered thoughts. Quickly caught up with Silas. Silas just put the chopped meat into a small wooden basin. Miranda quickly steps forward with sharp reflexes. She gave him a gentle, faint smile. I'll cook. Go rest and wait for the meal. I'll take it to get washed. If I don't do so thing soon, I'll really feel ashamed. Silas, squatting on the ground, didn't understand. Why wash the meat again after it's been marinated? Isn't that a waste of salt? Thinking there wasn't much food at home, he had to go hunting alone in the forest. Having a female partner sure brings more trouble. In the past, he didn't have the habit of storing food. Even the sperm count is low. This winter, Westhold starts saving up. When Miranda came back holding the wooden basin, the boss carefully lit the fire. Thank you, Silas. I just don't know how to start a fire. Silas' furry beast ears perked up slightly, turned to look at him from the side. He is the only one who would thank him with a smile. As if you really like him. Miranda first puts the meat into the pan. The fragrant lard sizzles out. Then toss the finely copied scallions into the stone pot. Then pour in their remaining beast meat. Finally, add water and simmer with kelp and carrots. While waiting for the pot to boil, he noticed the boss lost in thought with his long lashes lowered. "Silas, what are you thinking about?" As if the train of thought was suddenly cut off, Silas's quietly lowered eyelashes trembled slightly. "Going hunting tomorrow. There isn't much food left at home." Miranda was still hesitating. "How do I bring up going to the forest with the boss? Just the right time to bring it up. Hunting in the everlasting sunset forest? Can I be with you?" Miranda is afraid he won't agree. Gathering courage, she grabbed his wrist and gently shook it twice. The tone is full of coquettishness. Silas slightly furrowed his brows. No response. He seemed to silently reject it. "I know there will be danger, but I'll obediently follow you. I won't run around." Miranda wants the POC deck systemto level up quickly and earn points. "Open the warehouse and stock up on supplies," he pleaded with beautifulies like a little beast. Continuous sliffing with Silas. Silas was being gently worn down like this for the first time, but still stubborn liar fussed to budge. Just as the two were locked in a stalemate. Gurgle. The soup in the pot is boiling. Miranda didn't expect the big shot to be so stubborn. I could only helplessly let go of his hand to check the pot. But Miranda won't give up so easily. "Tonight I have to sleep with the boss. Isn't it said in those palace dramas that men are most susceptible to the whispers of their lovers? As the saying goes, hard work pays off. Perseverance will prevail. Keep grinding at it tonight." Seaweed and pork bone soup. No seasoning. Silas didn't say whether it was tasty or not, but the bowl was left completely empty. Not a single drop of food remained. This must be the best recognition one could ask for. After eating, Silas took the initiative to go to the river to wash the dishes and pots. Miranda quickly took the opportunity to close the door. They used the clean water stored in the basin to give themselves a quick wash. He wanted to go for a swim and take a bath in the river, but thinking about host disgusting leeches, unless absolutely necessary. Otherwise, he really doesn't want to get into the river. Seeing that Silas shan't come back yet, Miranda walked to the back of the house. "I also planted the green onions, ginger, and garlic I bought today." Miranda is happily swamped with work. "Didn't even notice someone walking up behind me." The soft moonlight fell upon Silas. He lowered his head to look at the female digging a pit. "We don't need to grow food." The sudden voice. Miranda couldn't help but shiver instinctively. Miranda raised her head and gazed into his pale blue eyes. "But this way would be more convenient. You won't need to go to the market to buy it anymore." Silas thinks going hunting is enough for him. Only the ORCs from low-tier tribes would bother with farming. Harvesting plant fruits to fill the stomach. "Your hands are dirty." Silas's gaze swept over his fair little hands covered in black mud. The tone didn't sound like disgust or anything else. Miranda looked up at him. The bewitching and seductive side profile carries a charming cuteness. "Seriously, I'm going to the river to wash right now. I'll take a shower before getting into your bed." Then he dashed off in a flash. Silas's slightly cold brows furrowed. Obviously, the little female didn't understand what he meant and ran off. He means farming is exhausting. His woman, he can't afford to keep. Wait. He means he must sleep with him tonight, right? Just ran to the riverside. Miranda's face, inexplicably blurred with embarrassment. What the hell did I just say? Clearly, it's about understanding how hard the boss works. I can sleep on Thefler just fine. What's the point of bringing up the bed? Calm down. Miranda walked slowly back home, thinking that Thebes is incompetent. There's no need to worry about that kind of thing. Silas was sitting by the campfire at this moment, using a guzzing to Suab, unable to transform into beast form for combat. so it's common for Clethesto get damaged during battles. Miranda took off her shoes and sat by the bed after returning home. He actively climbed onto the large bed covered with soft animal hides. Silas, I'm gonna hit the sack first. Miranda covered herself with the animal hide blanket. A little head popped out to look at Silas, watching the man put down the things in his hands and stand up. His heart, which had just calmed down, was now pounding fiercely again. Big boss, are you coming up to sleep too? The result was that Silas just walked over to the wooden shelf. Take down the hanging animal skin bag. Just then, he walked to the bedside. Place the small animal skin pouch on the bed. Then he opened the animal skin bag. There are roughly 450 scopes inside. From now on, I'll save up scopes. You don't have to grow your own food. Miranda was deeply moved, gazing at him with eyes that carried the misty allure of waterlands. I know you're really good. Let me eat my fill. But is farming just because it's convenient? The variety of food will also be greater. And I also like happy farming. As he spoke, he slowly placed his hand on Silas's large hand. Silas frowned slightly, quickly pulled back her hand that he was holding down. Stand up while adjusting your breathing. Walked out of the house without looking back. Miranda didn't notice. The man's cheeks were decidedly red, hot, and dry. Waited for a long time. Silas didn't go back to sleep either. In the end, I couldn't hold it any longer and fell asleep. Miranda fell asleep. The little foot touched the cold wall, turned over and rolled back again, shamelessly hugging a body pillow. Then he clamped down hard. At this moment, a snow-white leopard tail flickered like a silver snake, dragged from Thebe to the floor. After being embraced, the entire leopard tail stiffened straight. The fur stood on end in terror. If Miranda opened her eyes, you can see Silas' three-dimensional plush beast, turned into a look with ears drooping back like airplane wings. What Miranda didn't know was, Silas is actually more than just an ordinary male in the tribe. The craving for Thetis even stronger. Because he is half human, half beast, greedy and restless. It will also appear in his adult human form. A night has passed. Miranda, who had just woken up from a nightmare in fright, opened her eyes. Suddenly, he locked eyes with a pair of vertical pupils filled with bloodlust. Boss's glare looks like he's about to devour him whole. The kind that doesn't even spit out the bones. My knee seems to have pressed a dag into place it shouldn't have. I can explain that. I had a dream. Dreamed of monsters. Anyway, I didn't mean to do it. Miranda was trying hard to explain. And the handsome face of Big Brother getting closer and closer. Boss is really going to screw her over. The next second, Silas's straight nose pressed against the small, sweaty tip of her nose. Hot air spraying, lips brushing against each other. A warm and heart-stirring tick glided past. Miranda's eyes were glazed over, as if struck by lightning. My first kiss is gone just like that. Why did you suddenly kiss her? Is it also to leave a scent? Silas, after the tenderness, then stood up with his back to Miranda, as if nothing ever happened. Stay at home. Don't wander off. I'll back before dark. A greedy kiss. Silas's back still looked fierce and full of life. Silas, I want to go too. Miranda quickly got out of bed. Just realized it. Last night, the magic needle plan missed its mark. The forest is dangerous. You can't go. After Silas outright refused, he heartlessly slammed the door shut. Miranda covered her cheeks that were burning with belated realization. How am I supposed to get by when he's not home? Miranda got dressed. After a quick wash up, he plans to purify sea salt first. After 3 hours of busy work, finally it's been purified. He plans to use this salt to cook a few dishes tonight. Skinny Piopicant cook for shit. Either make soup, either roast or grill. This time Miranda is planning to make some seaweed stew with dinosaur meat. This time we've got clean salt. The soup cooked this way has a richer and fresher flavor. It smells so good, Miranda. What are you cooking? A sudden woman's voice came from behind. The person coming is Luna. Miranda warily eyed the approaching figure. There was no O'Neill's behind him. That's a bit more reassuring. Luna, what are you here for? The bruises on Luna's face haven't faded yet. Thighs and arms. There were also quite a few unsightly bruises. Clearly, it's the palm print left by a man with a strong grip. Night after night, she held out their fruit in her arms toward Miranda. People used to misunderstand you before. It was my fault. I apologize to you. Miranda frowned and glanced at him. All right, I forgive you. Nothing's up. You should go back first. Luna is just a brainless ORC. Female Miranda isn't worth arguing with him. A glimmer of delight flashed in Luna's slender eyes. He didn't expect Miranda to be so easy to talk to. Put the red fruit on the ground. The surprise in their eyes was replaced by hesitation. He hesitated as he looked at Miranda. These sweet fruits. Miranda looked at his hesitant way of speaking. Anyone with half a brain can tell there's something wrong with this sweet fruit. So he picked up a red fruit from the ground, making a gesture as if stuffing food into his mouth. Of course, I would actually eat him. Just want to see if Luna is stupid or evil. Don't eat yet. It's not that I want to give it to you. It was Scarlet and the others who ordered me to send you. She is the daughter of a witch doctor. This should be the kind of fruit that will give you a stomachache. Miranda was surprised. Luna actually started to think for herself. Is there really something wrong with progress fruit? He'll know once he checks it out. He looked at the red fruit. Using the appraisal skill obtained not long ago, being included in the Everlasting Forest Common Flora Guide, earned a 3-star reward. Insect repellent sorfruit pills with odor. Used for parasitic diseases such as abdominal pain caused by intestinal worms. Miranda carefully examined one of the information introductions. If you eat 5-10 berries, enough to take an adult's life. But applying it externally can relieve itching and cleanse the face. Miranda let out a light hiss, looking at the small red fruits in the ground. Far more than 10. Scarlet is really vicious. Luna saw Miranda put down the fruit with a thoughtful expression. Didn't dare say too much. Isn't Scarlet locked up? Miranda now finds him somewhat likable, as stupid does. But the heart isn't bad. The shaman of the Golden Leopard tribe came looking for him. He was released. He and that sorcerer share the same mother. In short, their family is very powerful. Miranda thought for a moment. I could pretty much guess the whole story. It must be his family who received the news of his punishment. Then they rushed over to provide backup. Never thought even the beast world had these big shots forming cliques. Thank you for telling me this. Take this bowl of soup back with you to drink. Luna is really starving. I didn't even have a time to say thank you. Not caring if it's scalding hot. Reaching straight for the meat and drinking the soup. Remember not to tell them. You're telling me all these things. Otherwise, you might still get beaten up. If Miranda doesn't say it. Stupid Luna really can't lie. Miranda, your man treats you so well. Such nice clothes. And he even got you a discount, Scarlet. And my man only thinks about doing it with me every day. Luna started crying. With tears, pouring out words from the heart. Scarlet and them beat me up. He didn't dare to say anything to stop it. If it weren't for Scarlet asking me to bring you something, I think I'll die at home. Miranda didn't know how to comfort her. I can only say a few words to console him. You should find a way to survive and keep living. From now on, try to find a male who is not so eager for that kind of thing. So you chose the beast because I didn't want to mate? I should have chosen Tobe a beast from the start. Look, I told you. Luna actually tore open her own clothes. Miranda was startled. I originally thought males would be stronger, violent and fiercest to be expected. But he didn't expect. Luna's chest was covered in horrifying bite marks from top to bottom. some parts are ridiculously swollen. To be precise, he's got it on him. Can't find a single patch o' funbalmished skin the size of a palm. Miranda just couldn't bear to watch anymore. The heart softened a bit. This is a 1x scope. Go buy some snakebite herb and apply it. Luna's face was blank, looking at the shiny scope in front of my bro. A feeling that's hard to put into words. These grievances. He said these words to other females before, but they wildly laugh at him. Female house mice cannot possibly have a curved spine. No need to think. This scripture was definitely given to him by Silas. Miranda, you're just too good. I swear, I'll leave whatever you say from now on. Miranda doesn't need him to believe anything anyway. Just trying to keep a clear conscience. You go back first. If they smell the broth on you, just say you stole it. Also, Beijing has to say it was you who stole it. Got it? Luna looks like a little beggar. Silly, forgot about Miranda. Miranda, you're really so smart. Then I'll head back first. I saw with my own eyes what happened to Luna. Miranda is very grateful to Javi the big shot's protection. To thank the big boss. Tonight I need to make a few more dishes. In the evening, Miranda had all the ingredients ready for stir frying. Silas still hasn't come home yet. He had no choice but to go first. The meal is ready and waiting for him. The fresh aroma of vegetables blends with the rich scent of meat. The enticing aroma spread out from the door, scattered with the wind. This has provoked quite a few ORCs in the tribe, looking in the direction of Silas's house. It smells so good. What delicious food are they making? Wonkson sat in front of the bamboo hut, sipping meat broth. Suddenly, the food in the bowl doesn't taste good anymore. He turned his face to look at Ray across from him. It must be that damn disabled ORC. To please the beautiful female. Found some special food. Useless trash that can't reproduce. Not that capable. I can only find food to make the female happy. Lan Shan also chimed in with a sarcastic remark. Instantly, two others shimmed in agreement. In a certain house, a woman looked up and took a sniff. It's the helplessness from Jinbao. Secret Agent Scarlet. Do you smell that? This smells a bit like conch and beast meat. It's food given by a disabled beastman to a beautiful female. Blade beast meat. Vesp gave Mitty a nonchalant glance. You sound pretty jealous. Even a disabled orc like you dares to fight. Silas, I remember Hugh is quite good looking. What a pity, it's a defective beast. The bright moon begins to rise. Miranda raised her hand and gazed at the night sky. Silas said he'd be back before dark. But it's already dark outside. Could there be any danger? Silas has good night vision. He spotted the little female standing at the door from afar, anxiously looking around. It seems like they're waiting for him. Silas, you're back. Miranda saw Silas returning with his prey. The dark clouds in my heart have dissipated. She ran towards him cheerfully. I'm really worried about you. You clearly promised to come back before dark. The quiet complaints were more like a child acting spoiled. Silas really wants to pat his head right now. But he was holding a little dinosaur in one hand. Holding two mixed breed chickens in one hand. Can't spare a hand. The prey isn't easy to catch. I wasted a lot of time. He wants to hold onto his strength to stay alive. Then you'll have to eat meat of the beast. To catch this little blade beast, wasted too much. On the way back, I saw Simeon gathering things. Can't help but scratch again. He usually has no interest in such small prey. But he accidentally heard. Females tend to prefer meat hats tender in texture. Wash your hands first. I've already cooked the meal long ago. Miranda reached out and took the two scruffy roosters, tied the chicken legs together with rattan rope. They just threw it straight into the low shed. Miranda's unique way of handling things. A strange glint flashed in Silas's eyes. Are you planning to kill the little female when you eat tomorrow? But the colorful chicken will poop everywhere. The meat is still hanging inside the house. So Silas plans to bring up the issue later. Throw her back in when the little female wakes up tomorrow. Silas glanced at the exquisite Leopard food with its rich aroma, looking at Miranda in confusion. Did you do these? Miranda nodded. Pick up a golden, crispy fried pumpkin cake. Pass it to Silas. Try it. The seasoning is light. Not that delicious either, but it should be passable. Silas did not take the pumpkin cake, but sniffed around the room again instead. In an instant, a cold gleam flashed in his eyes, like brewing a deadly snowstorm. Did anyone else come to the house today? I smell another female scent. Miranda looked at him with some surprise. You're amazing. After so long, I can still smell it. Luna came by in the afternoon. I only said a few words. Silas took the pumpkin cake. She frowned slightly. Miranda doesn't understand. RCs do not casually violate another male's family. Territory means provocation. A female like Luna shouldn't dare to provoke him. Silas was about to speak, continue asking about the purpose of Luna's visit, but with just one bite, the sweet and soft pumpkin cake conquered his taste buds. The next bite, a big chunk of pumpkin cake, was devoured in an instant. One after another, he kept putting pieces into his mouth. Don't just eat pumpkin cakes, have some food. The stir-fried shred pork with carrots is also very tasty. Here's your soup, let me serve it for you. He brought it to Silas. So much trouble. He actually enjoys eating his own food. I felt much more at ease right away. The food you made is delicious. Silas took the last sip of the soup, gave a perfect 5-star rating. Then he took the initiative to gather the pots and dishes to wash. Miranda looked at Silas' estriating figure with some surprise. He's got a belly full of tricks. How can you fit stomach food in there? Could it be that intends to physically draining? Looks like I'll have to cook more food tomorrow. Silas brought back the clean pots and dishes. Open the salt jar to marinate the meat. Watching the salt turn into fine grains, the gaze froze for a moment. What's up with all this salt? I was bored at home today, so I washed the salt. Wash it clean and it won't be bitter anymore. The food turns out more delicious. Miranda gave a brief explanation. It's not good to explain it too clearly. You're a clever female. Silas didn't ask anything further. He put down the salt shaker and walked out. He's going to the Loche to get cheap salt. Anyway, he finally got a taste of it. Even if you salt the meat, Miranda also wash it before cooking. Miranda sat idly by the door out of boredom, stealing glances at Silas's busy figure under the moonlight. Little head. The scene of our morning kiss involuntarily came to mind. That's the kind of sweet kiss I like. Or is it to leave a scent before leaving? Should we go ask him? Suddenly, the sound of water came from the riverbank. His first reaction was that Silas had fallen into the water. Nervously quickened his pace and ran over. Under the moonlight, a golden leopard leaped out of the water. He stood in front of Silas, holding their head high with pride. I smell the fresh blood of a blade beast. Silas, you're a pretty good warrior. The golden leopard gracefully stretched out its forelegs, walked a circle around Silas, who was squatting by the river. Then, unexpectedly, actively extended its leopard-like tail and hooked Silas's ankle. The highest-ranking female in your tribe, Scarlet, doesn't think much of you. How about being my man? Come back to the Golden Leopard tribe with me. This voice sounds very alluring, full of resentment towards Silas. Yinning stood up, warily eyeing the Golden Leopard in front of him. Females who can transform into beast form for combat are rare. Not far away, Miranda was so furious she could spit blood right now. He finally managed to cozy up to the big shot. It hasn't even been 3 days and Somion's already trying to steal it. Don't bring him running to the boss's side. An even more searing scene unfolded. The golden leopard transformed into a beauty and immediately tried to cling to Silas. Boss, how can you just stand by and do nothing? Hit him. To protect the boss's innocent eyes and pure body, Miranda hurriedly jumped down from the small slope. defend sovereignty, hold onto his waist. But even on tiptoe, I still couldn't reach the height of his eyes. No matter who you are, Silas is my partner. Stay away from him. Your partner. There isn't a trace of your scent on him. You never even did that with him. You're also here fourth blade beast meat, choosing Silas to make meself more beautiful. Isn't it? Not many ORCs know the secret of the blade beast's meat. But Mitty thinks Miranda knows. That's why they chose a disabled ORC like Silas. He narrowed his long, slender eyes and smiled at Silas. He has nothing but a pretty face. I can't give you anything else. But I can give you anything, from beginning to end. Silas didn't say a word either. His unusual silence made Mitty find it quite intriguing. Mitty clearly knew. How intense is the animalistic nature of disabled beastmen? This ORC faced his seductive allure. How could anyone hold back? Miranda was a bit nervous deep down. Silas isn't really gonna get swayed by just a few words from this guy, is he? But wasn't it just a few sweet words that lured him away back then? Seeing Silas trying to turn his face toward Honey Butterfly, he quickly stood on tiptoe and turned his face back. Don't underestimate him. Silas's gaze darkened for a moment. Pick up the wooden basin from the ground. Turning her back to Mitty, she coldly warned. I have my own woman now. If you dare trespass into my territory again, I will take action against you. The attack heard the boss's firm rejection. Miranda breathed a sigh of relief. They've our dikest and hugged. His precious cabbage must not be snatched away by another leopard. Silas, I'll give you time to think it over, Mitty said to Silas' estriating figure. Add Silas to the harem. He's determined to get it no matter what. In the darkness, Miranda tossed and turned in bed, unable to fall asleep. Wait for Silas to finish packing up the blade beast meat. It's already late at night. Hearing the sound of the door being pushed open, Miranda got up from the bed. He asked him softly, pretending to stay calm. Is that girl looking for you, Silas? Without him, it's still a straightforward answer. Can I chat with you for a bit? He wants to have a proper explanation with Silas. She wasn't with him just for the meat. Silas sat on the edge of the bed. Calm eyes gazed at Miranda's tense little face. I actually have a scope too. Can buy food. I'm not with you just because I want to eat meat. Afraid Silas won't believe it. And even took out her own bag. There are plenty of scopes inside. And items that Silas had never seen before. The man's expression was hard to make out in the darkness. The response remains the same lukewarm affection. Miranda is really feeling the heat. He really doesn't care. Real or fake? Then do you believe? Do I genuinely want to live with you? Miranda took advantage of the scattered firelight. He saw Silas hanging his head. During the day, the highly alert beast ears are now drooping backward. Both sides are almost parallel. So cute. Big kitty's airplane ears. Isn't it because you're afraid of other males? Silas retorted in a low voice. Hit right at the heart. Miranda froze for a moment. Whether it's eating beast meat or for some other reason. In the end, it wasn't because of genuine liking. And chose it to be the male. So what right does she have to demand anything? He disagreed with the marriage proposal from someone else. Is it just because I held her and kissed her to leave my scent? Miranda shrank into the corner of the bed. The dejected Ruin muttered, I'm sleepy. Alright, I'm going to sleep now. After a rustling sound, Silas also lay down in the animal hide bed. Not long after, just moments ago, the emotionally downcast Miranda was sweating nervously. Silas actualized me from behind. Her leg was also entangled by the coveted leopard tail. The reason doesn't matter. You are now my little woman. Silas' hoarse and broken voice sounded in her ear. The warm breath crept into her ear. An overwhelming tingling sensation instantly spread through the body, leaving it completely limp. The quiet room. Miranda also heard the sound of Hisadam's apple bobbing as he swallowed. Mom, save me. I can't take it anymore. Miranda was completely frozen stiff in the corner. The body was so tense that not even a toe dared to move. I don't know how long the standoff lasted. In the end, Miranda still couldn't fight off the drowsiness. Sound asleep. After falling asleep, his tense body involuntarily relaxed and unwound. Silas deftly hooked it with his agile leopard tail. The little female had knockasy but to fall into his arms. His little face nestled obediently against his chest. The red lips parted slightly, looking irresistibly tempting. Perhaps afraid of losing control over his wild instincts, Silas resisted the urge to kiss her. Gave you a chance. But you didn't refuse, so you're mine now. Dawn breaks. The rooster crows. In the low shed, the colorfully feathered rooster with its legs tied, struggled to raise its voice, shouting out an obsession that seems to transcend millennia. Miranda suddenly opened her eyes, feeling something furry wrapped around my thigh. Could it be the big shot's tail? I really want to touch it. But his hand was pinned under Silas's waist. If you take it away, the wary boss might wake up any second now. Silas is a bit curious. Why didn't the little female resist or struggle after waking up, but was spacing out? What is he thinking about? Silas opened his eyes. He slowly raised his hand, gently patted his little head. What to do today? Tell me what he plans to do for the little girl in the morning. In the afternoon, they continued to hunt for food to prepare for winter. This bit at home is clearly not enough yet. Miranda was momentarily stunned, feeling inexplicably pampered. I want to build the courtyard fence first. It's just enclosed with wood or bamboo. The land outside the house. This way others won't be able to come in so easily. And the dining table. Make a few more wooden basins. The embrace made their conversation much more ambiguous. But the boss held Harold night. Last night? Didn't do anything. Is it that you're not interested in her, or are you just not up to it? It might take a lot of time. I still have to go hunting this afternoon. Need some cash. Ask another mulatto come and help. Silas put on his clothes and stood by the bed for you. All here. Do you need a lot? Miranda didn't think that much about it. Took the bag containing shell crystals, grabbed a big handful and handed it to Silas. Silas took 5 shell coins from her fair, delicate palm. This is enough. And what kind of optical do you want? You can draw it on the ground for me later. Silas turned around and was about to leave. She gazed at him with her big, lively eyes. Can you take me to the forest with you in the afternoon? I want to go with you. No way. Silas didn't stay silent this time, but outright refused. Miranda stared blankly at the boss's resolute, retreating figure. The beauty trap didn't work. Or maybe I just woke up with sleep in my eyes. Not pretty enough anymore. In Silas's eyes, the poisonous miasma and black quagmire in the forest. Miranda probably won't last 3 minutes inside. It will be very dangerous. After washing up, Miranda opened the hammer subsystem. He currently has 2 appraisal stones in his possession. It's best to be able to identify plants with high value. The rewards you get will definitely be better. While Silas was away seeking help from the ORCs, he got ready to make breakfast. The pumpkin porridge was bubbling and gurgling in the pot. Silas came back carrying coiled rattan ropes. He came back with him. There are still a few unfamiliar-looking ORCs. They followed behind Silas, chatting and laughing. The atmospherism's pretty good. Silas, the food your family makes smells so damn good. Last night had many Lidiones drooling with craving. Now, even I'm drooling with envy. Asha curious-liked into the room. Eyes met Miranda by the pot. He quickly pulled his head back in again. The female is really too good-looking. Asha is an ordinary ORC. More carefree and less sentimental. Because we're both in the hunting team. So I have a bit of a connection with Silas. My partner doesn't like seeing other males. Don't keep staring at him. Silas gave Asha a cold glance. The tone carried a hint of warning. Yet there's no lack of a show-off tone to it. Asha gave Silas a skeptical glance. I thought you were treating me like a fool. Seeing Silas walk into the room, Miranda flashed a sweet smile. Picking up the wooden bowl with the meat pie inside, he handed it to Silas. Let us finish breakfast before we get to work. The aroma of the meat reached him from far away. His little woman seems to be quite good at cooking. But the little female seems to need 3 meals a day. So he had to hunt more food to feed the little female. The team leader told me today. These past few days, our tribe is setting off to Haka Lake to catch flying fish. Do you want to go? Miranda's eyes instantly lit up. Want to go to Haka Lake at the edge of the never-setting forest? Right. Silas nodded. The little female is really different from other females. Other females would want to stay safely in the tribe. His little female always wanted to go out and adventure. Silas, you're the best. I like you the most. Miranda excitedly threw her arms around the man's waist. Suddenly, soft warmth embraced me, forcing Silas' interruption to go numb and stiff. The heart was struck hard. But Miranda only held on tightly for that brief moment. Then he happily let go of him. She crouched down, picked up a fire poker, and tapped it on the ground. I'm going to mark out the size and area of the fence now. And what the table looks like. Miranda happily skipped out the door, not having the slightest idea that his embrace and confession were so proactive. What serious after effects did it bring to the boss? Silas's Adam's apple was tightly tensed. This was the first time he felt it. The excruciating pain caused by something in the body. Silas, hurry up and come out already. Miranda trotted along. He drew a circle on the ground with a red-hot wooden stick. He wants to raise chickens here. The morning light shone on Miranda's lovely and delicate little face. A few women who came to help can't help but take a few more glances at him. Little sister, a colorful chicken is too much for you to handle. It'll fly away. Pluck its feathers to stop it from flying, but then it'll die. And those color falconkins bite really hard. The one speaking was a female from the Leopard tribe. The orchid is fine. We can trim some off-tier flight feathers, then shave off a bit more of the sharp beak. Silas showed a thoughtful expression. A slight frown. I want to know what cut means. What does mean? Miranda explained it to Silas. Silas understood immediately. Do it right away. Then they untied the veins, binding their hands. Throw it out of the low shed. After landing, it flapped its wings vigorously. Can't fly at all anymore. Still want to get revenge on Silas, proudly fluttering up to his leg, nodding up and down, biting his calf like crazy. But it's completely harmless. This complete listened the working ORCs. Such a simple solution. No one in the tribe had ever thought of it. Little sister, you're amazing. Which tribe do you ORC come from? Miranda didn't know how to explain. Maybe humans are just ape men. Several ORCs looked at each other in confusion. What the hell is this ape race? But it's not that important. After all, in the Leopard tribe, there are quite a few female beastmen from various races. Miranda then drew a table with mortise and tenon joints. Silas stared at the strange pattern on the ground. How to secure the tumbler with it, a vine rope. Miranda was the first to notice his confusion. Pick up 2 branches. He carved 2 with an ancient knife. 2 wooden sticks interlock in a groove. Just got stuck together like that. The smart boss mastered this trick. From now on, you won't have to worry about any furniture in the house. You can use wood to make longer rolling cutters. No longer need to wrap the blade's end with rattan rope. The silver-blue thicket stared intently at the 2 wooden branches. Silas suddenly came up with this idea. Because the fence covers quite a large area, everyone was busy until the afternoon before the work was finally done. Silas's plan to go out hunting also fell through. Miranda took advantage of the remaining bamboo materials and rattan ropes being plentiful. I managed to cobble together something like a small pallet. You can bring it along when you go to the market next time. At least it's better than carrying heavy food on your shoulders. After finishing work, Miranda and 2 other females went to the river. When washing hands, chatting with them, also came to understand. The tribe has to pay tribute to the Golden Leopard clan and the Black Wolf clan every year, sending lots of food. Although they are both ultimate tribes, but there are still fewer leopard tribesmen. And Silas was still picked up outside by the grandmother. It's a pity Grandma passed away from illness a few winters ago. After that, the Golden Leopard clan sent a witch doctor, which is Scarlet's father. As we were chatting, the subdued Femalexi Yankiang said last night that female named Luna was almost beaten to death by Scarlet. Xing Yu didn't even dare to make a sound. Miranda's heart skipped a beat. Luna can't be the Tunliki, right? Is it because he failed to poison him that he beat him up? Miranda used the excuse of progressing together. Have them send some food to Luna. And took out a shell crystal as payment. The 2 of them. I didn't expect Miranda to be so kind-hearted too. Take the money, Beijing. Agreed. Readily. After the 2 of them left, Miranda started looking for sugarcane by the river. He had long noticed that some people would come to the riverbank to eat sugarcane. They just swallow them whole, chewing without spitting it out. Boiling sugarcane juice in a pot until it dries out can. Made into brown sugar. Got the sugar. It can be used as a snack or seasoning. Both are good. Wild sugarcane, growing by the river in dense water grass and shrubs. Miranda darted into bushes in one go. Just came face to face with the green water snake. At first, Miranda didn't recognize what that thing was. Just look at that snake flicking its crimson forked tongue at him. Miranda suddenly came to her senses. I really wanted to turn tail and run. But half of his calf was stuck in the river mud. Boss, save me. Watching as the snake effortlessly slithered up his little foot. The icy touch of snake scales sent chills down your spine instantly. Little female, stand still. Like a savior's deep voice. From behind him came the sound. The next moment, Silas's chest stuck to his sweat-drenched back. And the Orsa shower on Silas' body. Make the little snake slither away in fear. Thank you, Silas. Miranda looked up and gazed into the boss's calm, unreadable silver eyes. His stunning almond-shaped eyes still shimmered with a misty, watery glow. Her fair cheeks flushed a soft red. Silas lowered his head and gazed at her face. Staring at those thin lips, he went straight in for a kiss. 1,000 words left unsaid here. Little female, you can seduce me. The beast's ears between the strands of hair were pitifully drooping, as if he had suffered a great injustice. Miranda felt like she hadn't done anything. He was clearly the boss, yet inexplicably threw the first punch. How did it turn into him seducing him? I didn't mean to. I just wanted to cut sugarcane. Didn't notice there was a snake. And then, I was too scared. The result was hugging you. Are you saying Tingan Shu is sugarcane? Silas turned his face to look at the few stacked logs on the riverside path. Tianjian Shu is a plant that tastes pretty good. But it's just too hard to swallow. I'll go find you some other sweet fruit. He felt that his little woman. I don't need to eat such low-quality sweets. No need to find food yourself. Don't. Sweet root tree. Squeeze it into juice in the pot. Here, it can be boiled into large chunks of sugar. When crushed, it becomes something like salt. Very sweet. If we find someone to help gather a lot of sweet root trees, maybe they can sell candy. This way, you won't have to go out hunting every day. Silas quietly watched Miranda, as if pondering the feasibility of his words. After a moment of silence, Silas just started speaking. To find many sweetgum trees, you'll need a lot of people. But if we could really make the kind of candy you're talking about, protect your wisdom from being stolen. Let me try first. If you can really make double the money, then buy half ORC slaves to do the work. Silas looked serious. Doesn't seem like a joke. This also shows that he Chisato trust Miranda unconditionally. Silas, you're really smart and amazing. He looked up at him with a sweet smile. thinking of the just now kinking. Can't help but hesitate. You weren't just trying to get a free taste, right? Seeing Silas's handsome, refined face. Her expression remained gentle and calm as ever. And honestly nodded. Seeing this, Miranda immediately pushed her luck. Then you kissed me. From now on, you're my boyfriend. You can't see other families anymore. My dad previously tried topple a fast one on Boss Who. It made Miranda lose a lot of her sense of security. I'm just your partner. Won't look for other females. As soon as he finished speaking, Silas raised his arm. He domineeringly pulled the little female into his embrace, walking briskly toward home. Don't tell me I'm gonna get banned already. Not right now. Let's not get into all that. Mom, save me. The cry within. Till Silas gently placed him in the courtyard. Silas stopped a halfway in a squat, looking at Miranda's flushed little face. He patted his head. A soft glow shone into those icy silver eyes. I'm going to chop down the Tianjin tree. Wait for me at home. Miranda nodded blankly. With some regret, I gazed at Silas's tall and straight figure. It's just time of her thinking things. Miranda, having snapped out of her daze, started cooking dinner again. Miranda used seasoning. Simply tossed some fresh green seaweed salad. Afterwards, they skewered the dinosaur meat like lamb kebabs and grilled it to eat. Miranda was grilling 30th skewer when a loud thud came from the dark doorway as something heavy was dropped. Silas, you're back. Let's eat first. Miranda flashed a sweet smile. Silas waved hishand in the morning. Maybe it's because sugarcane grows in the bushes by the river. Silas has washed his hands and feet. But his clothes were all dirty. The silver hair was tangled with quite a few withered vine leaves. Looks like you've come here fleeing from disaster. Somewhat ridiculous. Your arm got scratched by a thorny vine. Haven't even had the chance to laugh at him yet. Miranda saw several fine bloodstains on his arm. It's fine, even though it's happened many times. But every time the little female smiled at him, it still makes his heart race. You should use this to wipe it too. Very easy to use. Miranda picked up the unused grass juice she had just made. Walk up to Silas. Apply it on his arm. The sharp, stinging pain didn't bother Silas at all. On the contrary, Miranda's Atradi intelligence stands out. It left him in a daze. The little girl is so smart, possessing vast and enigmatic wisdom. If the others in the tribe find out, perhaps it will be revered another unclaimed relic. So in the future, will he also look for a lot of males? In that case, will he still stay by his side? But he said he only likes his Silas. Feel like my heart is about to explode. Pricked by the sharp wooden thorn called love. A shadow of darkness flickered in Silas's eyes. Suddenly blurted out a random sentence out of nowhere. Why do you like me? Miranda was surprised in her heart. Boss, why did you just show up out of nowhere? He lifted his chin and looked at him. Accidentally caught a glimpse of the beast earform. Without a moment's hesitation, he replied. Because you're good looking. In my heart. You're the most handsome guy. The most amazing partner. Sure enough. As soon as these words were spoken, that snowfluff beast that was just wagging its butt cheekily a moment ago, instantly like a raised antenna. Even the tiny, pointifers stood straight up. So damn cute. It's explosive. It would be such a shame if you don't come. Why am I so short and small? Silas isn't picky about food at all. But in just a few days, he was already getting spoiled by the little female's cooking. The food she makes always delicious. After finishing the meal, the two of them started pressing the sugarcane. The two of them were busy until late at night. Today's workload was a bit too much. At this moment, all is silent. The sky is filled with countless stars. The village waits completely silent, and a mouth-watering sweet aroma. The scent wafted out from Silas's house. Miranda dipped her index finger into some reddish-brown syrup. Mischievously raising her hand, she brushed it against Silas's lips. "Silas, try this." Silas glanced at Miranda's delicate, pretty little face. Just licked his lips. The grainy saccharine particles as they roll into the mouth. The melting momentous sweet to the heart. "It's delicious. I'm going to take a shower." "Are you coming?" Elaine stood up and asked. To Miranda. After realizing Miranda had absolutely no ability to sense danger, he wasn't comfortable letting Miranda go to the river alone. At the same time, he considers Miranda to be his female. Looking at his stuff is only natural. Of course, he still couldn't seduce himself. After all, he was repeatedly listed by Miranda today. "I almost turned myself into a brutal beast that only thinks about that stuff." He thinks as long as Miranda doesn't go too far, I should still be able to hold my own. Just as Silas was worrying about this, Miranda pointed at Theododen Basin in the corner. I decisively rejected his proposal. "Just don't make me use that one. You go take a shower." Silas's face was cold and expressionless. Turned around and walked out. The fluffy beast ears between the strands of hair drooped back quite a bit. Miranda didn't have the nerve to look at the boss's retreating figure. Worried that Silas will finish washing up and come back soon. Quickly began to wipe his body. He just got everything ready. Just heard. Suddenly, the noisy voices of forks came from outside the courtyard. Miranda frowned. Who the hell comes knocking in the middle of the night? Not afraid of the big shots beating them up. Miranda opened the door slightly and peeked outside. Looking outside, I was instantly startled. Under the moonlight, a group of forks stood outside the courtyard. They were chattering away about something. Silas walked slowly from their riverside into the courtyard. The silver hair was still dripping wet, with water droplets falling. "Silas, you're just trying to impress the ladies. How dare you stealth Black Bear's honey? Hurry up and hand over they. If the Black Bear tribe finds out, everyone has to die."